with meteorologist Julia Blanchett.
Good morning and happy Monday. Today on your Monday, you're expecting to see more warm weather. That warm weather is taking over the southwestern United States just as it did yesterday and all week last week, but we still have a little bit of cold over some portions of the U.S., so we're not all warm. We're just dealing with an isolated high pressure circulation way off in the southwest, which is keeping us abnormally warm. So that means today you're expected to be above average yet again. We don't have any moisture on the horizon either, especially since that high pressure ridge is present, but we're supposed to be about 54 degrees today in Grand Junction. That is unseasonably warm. And now I say that's unseasonably warm because the National Weather Service has an average of 39 degrees for today's calendar date as appropriate for today or for mid-December. We are clearly quite a ways from that. That temperature gap is pretty big, but it's pretty big almost everywhere across western Colorado. Looking at some of our neighbors here in Grand Junction, all the way out in the Mac and Fruita area, we're at 54 degrees. The Redlands, the Grand Junction, Fruitvale, and Clifton should all see 54 degrees as well, but the Palisade area could jump to about 55. So there's a little bit of variety in there, not much, but we're all expected to be calm, clear, and consistent. So that's something you can expect almost everywhere across the next 7-day forecast. But looking at the next few days, you might notice we stay very consistent, just like we did last week, and unfortunately still no moisture on the horizon. 54 on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, 52 turns to 54, back to 52, and then by Friday about 56 degrees. By Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, some of those forecasted temperatures could be surprising. We might even get close to the 60s. But let's take a peek at those high temperatures in other locations, just in case I haven't mentioned your spot just yet. Meeker is about 54 degrees, and the Delta area should see about 56 today. Montrose 51 degrees, and Cortez 54 degrees today. And those low temperatures, most of the low temperatures across western Colorado, including Grand Junction, supposed to be down in the teens. But instead, we are all the way up at 30 degrees in Grand Junction overnight tonight. So again, that's unseasonably warm. Delta and Montrose are both at 26, and Cortez is at 21. We are still trending above average. And looking at those 7-day forecasts, no changes, no moisture, no big fluctuations to really talk about, which makes for a pretty bland forecast. But by the weekend, we could be getting all the way up to 56 degrees, and that is crazy for our point in the year. We are within that final stretch countdown until Christmas, and the Montrose area is getting up to 56 degrees on Friday and Saturday. When they should be an average high of 38 degrees, but clearly we're in the 50s nearly all week. The lows are supposed to be in the teens, and we're in the 20s, if not the 30s. The Delta area gets really close to reaching about 60 degrees, and we are in that final countdown stretch to Christmas. So again, that is unseasonably warm, but 56 today turns to 54 tomorrow, and then maybe 58 degrees by Wednesday. Cortez is expecting 54 degrees Monday, Tuesday 53, Wednesday and Thursday 54, and by the weekend we could be up in the upper 50s when we should be an average of about 42 degrees as forecasted highs at this point in the year.